Hey, everybody. Welcome to our live. I am Heather, and we come to you live each and every day. Every day we come to you live. And so, yeah, we do. We come to you live so you can learn Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, so you can learn all Luminess. Normally, we always go over airbrushing. Let me get my airbrush out. Airbrushing and how to airbrush, because we know that everybody has one of these. And so we always do that. Today, we are going to do our airbrush spray foundation. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. And good morning. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Heather D. So we are going to use the spray foundation. I am going to use the airbrush primer, and then I'm going to use my airbrush foundation. How can we do this? I'm going to do my my Instagram looks. Okay, that's enough. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. So I hope everybody's having a marvelous week on so far. It's Tuesday. We're in the groove. We're getting going. We're moving, right? Dorothy, you don't like my Instagram? I'll have to do it again after I do my makeup. Have you ever loved on your fur baby? I have a 65-pound golden doodle, and sometimes he thinks he's a lap dog. He gets all up in here, and now I feel like I smell like him. I can't get the smell out of my. I'm like, I think I smell like Olaf. So I hope I don't. All right, so that's a side note, by the way. So let's go ahead and get started. Now we know with airbrush makeup, it doesn't. Sorry, guys, I have been having sinus issues, and it's in my throat, and I feel like I have to cough. With airbrush makeup, it's not all or nothing, meaning you don't have to do everything airbrush. You can kind of, if you wanted to do a regular concealer and then airbrush your foundation, do a regular blush, you could do a regular contouring, traditional contouring, that kind of thing. You can do an airbrush contouring. So you can always mix and match. And the same thing goes for this too. Now, this is strictly obviously foundation. And so, but I can do airbrush blush on top of it. And people always ask, like, why'd y'all come up with this? Well, number one, we know the numbers show, the people that watch numbers know that there are people that are not going to do this. A lot of people will get this home, they use it, and I'm not lying. They'll use it one time and think, oh, I can't do it. Okay, that's a whole other topic. But you weren't an expert the very first time you started driving either. But you have to, we know that there is a different way of putting this on versus traditional makeup, right? So we came up with this, and this is the next best thing. And I use this a lot. I love this foundation. Who would you want to come up with a traditional foundation? An airbrush company. Airbrush is like, the top dog. Then we have, traditional. People are like, oh, I don't like traditional because it settles into my skin. Well, we compare this to airbrush. And so it's very similar. It has a lot of the same qualities as our airbrush. And so it really is the next best thing. It doesn't feel that heavy cakey feeling. You're going to put it on with a brush. You are not going to spray this on directly on your face. And so it's amazing. It's an amazing product. All right, I am going to start off with my primer right here. And just like our airbrush bottles, you're going to shake this bad boy up. And then I'm going to, okay, and this is what I love. Guys, if you do not know how to spray a bottle, we tell you. What does it say? Press down. Can you see it? Wait, let's do it. Press down. And I'm just showing you these little things that we make it so easy for you. It's also slanted to where your finger would go like perfectly. If it was this way, you would feel weird that it goes up. So if you were like not even looking, you could tell exactly how to hold this. Guys, we take all the guesswork out of putting this on, okay? I'm just telling you. We thought of everything, okay? So I'm shaking it up. Spray a little there. And then it glides. Who has tried this? Anybody out there tried it? Talk to my people. Can you please give any tips or tricks for oily skin to help it have more matte finish long term? We've had several people wanting the less shiny look or oily afterwards, hours after wear. On Dorothy, on this one, or on Airbrush in general. And guys, I'm just blending it. Notice again, okay. Notice again, I do not have to be like, I'm just gliding. Ooh, glide. Because we always want to be careful in this area here. Just gliding. All right. So if you get oily or shiny afterwards, one thing, so this is a silicone base. It has a little bit of silicone in it. So, let's try something. Do I have it? Hold on. Let me see if I have any. I have a little bit. The silicone, so I would try it maybe one time without the silicone, without the primer, and just go straight to the foundation, and then see if that helps. One thing, I've used less primer and also adjusted the moisturizer and have powdered, so anything other than that. That's what, so Dorothy was saying, Heather D was saying that on the spray foundation that people were getting the shiny look or wanted to be less shiny afterwards. And they used less primer. They adjusted their moisturizer and have powdered afterwards. What I would suggest is use a mattifier. So use, maybe change it out from this primer to, because if you're that, oh, Dorothy jumped on it. Now she's going to be using putting stuff up like a professional. Do you want to come on, Dorothy? Say yes or no. Just, okay. Okay. I see her in my little display. So I'm not talking to myself yet. So that's what I would do, is use a mattifier. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on mattifiers. There's so many out there. The Elf has one, but yeah, you use a mattifier before, because it's a mattifying primer. So it will help keep you matte. It'll help keep you matte throughout the day. Okay. Angela, large pores. This is going to be the bomb. You know what we need to try, Dorothy? So Dorothy is on this, but y'all can't see her. I did dye it. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, exactly. I was Velvet Veil, but Velvet Veil only works with Airbrush. I have not used it with this. And so that is what we need to do, because Velvet Veil is definitely, y'all know that I call it a blur. And so because it is going to blur fine lines, wrinkles and crinkles, pore it's going to make the pores look smaller, all of that. So it will also help keep you matte. The only thing that we would need to do is try it out, because it doesn't, once you put the Velvet Veil on, your skin does feel like velvet, but you airbrush over it. It doesn't allow a lot of give for traditional makeup. However, this is different. This is different. So I'm thinking it might work. So we'll try that, guys, and then I'll do another live on this and Velvet Veil, and I'll let you know. So stay tuned for more details on that. And I can't believe we haven't tried that before. Good morning, Andrea. Christine says broken capillaries on cheekbones. Christine, Velvet Veil. If you're going to airbrush, because we're double checking with this one, if you're going to airbrush, use the Velvet Veil. That's the one thing I was super surprised about, was the Velvet Veil did help with my redness and my broken capillaries. So definitely try the Velvet Veil. Guys, let me back up and say, with Velvet Veil, do not overdo it. It does come, I've used all mine here, and I need to get another one. It comes in a dropper bottle like this, and you just take it out. Like, I shake it up, and it has the dropper, but I don't use the dropper. I just pull it out, wrap my fingers around it, do this, and then put it on like that. That's all you need. You can put it on everywhere on your face from head to toe, but you can put it just in the areas. So like I focus here, here, and there, because I have bigger pores here. Oh, my skin feels so good from this guy. But you'll be amazed what the Velvet Veil will do. But again, don't overdo it. Once you apply it, leave it alone. Don't reapply, because then it's not going to be good. So don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so I'm going to now put on this, and I'm going to shake it up. Now, we know with airbrush, if you are using the Velvet Veil, or if you don't have Velvet Veil and you still get a little shiny, you can, and listen to this very carefully, you can lightly powder before putting on the airbrush. It gives a very polished look. And I'm not saying, like powder. I mean, dust. And you can dust in your T-zone or wherever, you are shiny. And then you can airbrush over that. And that's going to help keep you matte. I don't see that working with this, because we're putting it on with a brush and we're touching it. So it's just going to move it around. That's what I'm very excited about the Velvet Veil thing. So, all right. So I'm going to shake it up. La, 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 la. And then again, press down. It has the little thing of a bobber, so your finger fits perfectly. And then your brush, I'm using the same brush I used for this. Using that. Spray that much. Sprayed it directly on the brush. Do not spray it directly on your face. Just, that's all I used. And then, I mean, guys, I'm only going to do half real quick, because I want you guys to see. And I kind of go in and, my favorite thing, tap it out, tap it out. Christine, when I first read that, I thought that said broken caterpillars. I'm like, I don't know what that is. All right. So guys, look at that. This side is done just with one pass. And then here. But look how smooth. You can still see bloop, bloop, bloop. Smooth. And that's just one pass. So now, this is buildable too. So yes, I think, no, this is 40. This is 40. Guys, I'm telling you, just like Airbrush, our shades are very forgiving. I will tell you though, I do feel like I'm normally a 3 in Airbrush, and I feel with the traditional ones, you can step up one shade. I can use the 3, but I feel like right now the 4 is better for me. Okay, look at that, guys. You can still see my redness. I mean, is that not amazing? I'm sorry. I think it's a muslin. We're not overspraying. I'm still getting that airbrush look. Just gonna do it on my eyes too. I go back and tap it out. And because I did, to be honest, I would have stopped on this one pass. I wanted to show the difference and how it is buildable. But I'm just going to spray that. So a long time ago, our foundations did have, and some of them like the Ultra and those kind of foundations have yellow undertones and pink undertones. And we've gotten more towards all neutral tones. Now, when you're airbrushing, if I hear the words, like people are like, oh, I don't like it, it made me look orange, or it made me look, blah, blah, then I can tell you 100% you're spraying too heavy. Okay? Because those should not show up that way. If it shows orange, then you're spraying too heavy. Same with these. These are all very neutral in tone. And so I feel like you don't have to like do only odd numbers or even numbers. You don't have to do any of that. If one is too light, go to the next one. Go to 4. If or just have a step up. But like I said, because it is traditional foundation in an airbrush can, and you're putting it on with a brush, you're touching your face, so we're having that opaqueness and we're blending it out. That's why you can kind of step up one number when ordering. Now, if you're like, oh crud, I'm a 3 and I ordered a 3, you'll be fine with that. You'll be completely fine. But let's say if you wanted to contour with it, you can most certainly contour with it. So if this was a 4, I could contour with a 5, 6, 7. Like you could do a whole bunch with it. If that makes sense. All right. I'm gonna get I think I have a up close mirror. Yeah, I do. And I'm gonna look real quick. Guys, this looks just like airbrush makeup. It does. And I'm looking, this is one of those magnifying mirrors. And this is, I'm like a little, I'm always shocked. I don't know why. So right here in my nose, if I use a traditional makeup, I can see like where it gathers or it creases there, even when I do this. And I don't see that at all. Like it looks, It looks like my skin, flat out. Now, what I do like to do underneath my eyes is I like to take a blending brush and I'll blend like that. Or you can take a blotter and kind of blot, but I'm telling you guys, it gives you coverage. It gives you coverage and it doesn't do what traditional makeup does. I mean, we literally compared it to Airbrush. And if I was like, I would be like, yeah, I'm airbrushed, because you can't tell the difference at all. Now, I will powder with just a loose translucent powder. And when that's it, guys. Why did the lady on TikTok spray it on her face and then use the brush? Because she's crazy. Do not spray it on your face. Number one, that would just seem so weird. Like, no, I don't want all that. Like with the airbrush, we have so much control and you're spraying so light and you know exactly where it's going. This is a can. And yes, I can spray it directly on here, but like that would be like, ah, I don't know, it would scare me. All right, so now let's finish the face, shall we? I'll do some contouring. And I'm going to use the cut 1. Okay, I have to tell you a funny Lily story. My daughter, she's 8, and obviously hasn't been around makeup. And she is a girly girl. She loves her makeup. I do have to tell her not to wear a red lipstick to church. But the other day I had a wedding that I was doing makeup for, and she was at my mom and dad's house, and she was in my mom's bathroom, and my mom has one of those bigger mirrors that light up and it's, magnifying. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is not happening." And so my mom's like, what? And she ran in there to see what was going on. Like, oh my gosh, what happened? And Lily's like, "I have a unicorn brow." She has a unicorn. She thought she was getting she got hair. You can't even see it. She got hair, like one little hair right here. So she called it a unicorn brow. And she started flicking. And I'm like, no. But yeah, that's my daughter. Her unicorn brow. And yes, you have my permission to use that. If anybody has a unicorn brow instead of a unibrow. Whoa! I don't even know where she's heard that. Now I'm going to use. Where does an 8-year-old hear about how would she even know what a unibrow was? Crazy girls. All right, now what do I want to do? Let's do this one. Oh, I feel like that one too. All right, I'm just gonna do, and I'm using a flat. Normally I'd use just my finger, but boop, 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 boop. And I'm just putting it all on my lid. Right there. Okay. Under the optical bone. And then I'm going to take this and blend. Yeah, I'm just now getting into TikTok. I fought it for so long, but I post things about Lily, and they're hilarious. So I was like, I have to start it. I have to jump on the bandwagon. Now, because my eyes are a little hooded, I'm going to bring it up. And all I'm doing is blending that edge all the way up. Guys, I've used one color. One color. You do not need 84 steps to a natural look, okay? All I'm doing is one color. Now, flat eyeshadow brush. Right under. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the translucent powder to wipe off any, kind of dust it off, any fallout that may have happened. And then add mascara. Let's see what we have here. Do a little bit of lip liner. I already had a little bit of lipstick on. Move that around. And now, guys, I think I can hear rain, which that would be amazing. It hasn't rained in Texas in like 60 years. I mean, guys, look what mascara makes a difference. And this is just a light dusting. A little more. And I got it a little bit on my, and I always tell you this trick, because it's a hard one for me, because if you're putting on mascara and people are like, oh, it's hard for me to use, oh, I did get some highlights in my hair, Andrea. I needed some different tones. I know, me too. When doing mascara, if you get it on your lid, or if you get it, somewhere like even down here, wait for it to dry and then fix. It'll come out. If you don't wait for it to dry, it smears. If you wait for it to dry, then it just comes off. So just remember that. So there you go, guys. We're set and ready for the day. I hope everybody has a marvelous Tuesday, guys. So good to see you here today. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.